Hey everyone, welcome to Card Conjurer. My name is Kyle, and today I'm going to be giving you a little tutorial on how to start making your own custom cards. Before we begin, I'd like to point out that by scrolling down to the bottom, you can use this little drop-down menu to change your color palette. I prefer dark mode, so I'll be using that today. So without further ado, let's get started. You can see that the creator is split into various tabs. We'll be starting with the Frame tab. So here we have two drop-down menus. The first controls the overall version, and the second groups the images into various categories. On the left, we can select an image. I'll just add it at first. Now this time, I'll select the blue frame on the left. On the right, you can select a mask. A mask essentially dictates which part of the image is displayed, so this time I'll try using a title mask. You can see that only the title line from the blue frame was displayed here. Now if you look down here at the layers, you'll notice that by clicking and dragging on these three bars on the left, you can reorder them. Also, by clicking these X's on the right, you can remove layers. So now I'll be adding a white pin line, and then I'm going to be taking the green frame and that pin line and adding it to the right half to create that multicolor gradient. And then here's the power toughness box. Now here I'm going to grab the rules text box from white, and then also grab the rules text box from green, add that to the right half, and you'll see that the power toughness box is covered up, so I'm going to go ahead and move that on top. This feature is a little more advanced, but if you click on these layers and scroll down, you can see that you can adjust the position and scale and opacity, and you can even click on this little erase box to kind of cut out everything behind it. So now I want to add some different frame elements, so I'm going to go to the frame pack and select Legend Crowns. I'd like to add the white legendary crown, and then I'm going to add the green legendary crown on the right half. And you'll see that behind them you can still see that multicolored frame. So we're going to click on this black square, add it, and drag it behind the crowns. So the frame is looking very nice. Let's go ahead and check out the text tab. So this first box here is the mana cost. Just make sure to include a space between each code, but you can use Wubberg, C for colorless. We have 1 through 20. There's X, Y, and Z, and even snow. If you'd like Phyrexian symbols, just include a P before that. And for hybrid mana costs, just put 2 together, as long as they're in the right order. So for this card, let's make the mana cost 2 white, green. And then we're going to go down here, and card title is selected, so whatever we type in this text box will become the title. My cat's name is Katniss, so I'll do that. So now for the card type, you'll notice that a regular dash is too short. What we really want is an M dash, and on Windows you can get that by holding down Alt and pressing 0151. So I'm going to make this a cat, and then we can head on over to the rules text. So let's go ahead and give this an ability. Why not Vigilance? And you can see that the text automatically centers. I'm going to press the Enter key, go to the next line, and start adding another ability here. Now these abilities are all basic text, but if you scroll down, you can see some text codes. If you insert these codes between curly brackets, then you can do some fancy stuff. You can actually even use the mana symbol codes in between curly brackets, and I'll do that with white, green, and tap. And then how about this ability gives cats +3/+3 until end of turn. Now I think I want to add some flavor text, so I'm going to use the flavor code, and let's do a quote. She's a very good cat. And that's for me, so right after this I'm going to do the line no space code, and then another M dash, and then my name. Last but not least, let's go ahead and put in the power toughness as 2/4. Now I'm going to head over to the art tab, and you can see there are multiple ways to upload your image. I'm just going to drop this file in, and then on the right you can move it around, zoom in a bit, so I'm just going to do a little bit of that. And then now I think we're going to jump over to the set symbol tab, and again there are multiple ways to input the set symbol. I have another pre-prepared, so I'll drop that in. And actually the set code one is very useful. It uses the same set codes you see on the bottom of cards. So I'm going to do M21, and I'm going to make that a rare with R. So now let's check out the watermark. Yet again, there are multiple ways to upload your watermark. I have another pre-prepared, so I'm going to drop that in. Then over here where it says white, that's our first color. The second drop down is the secondary color. I'm going to set that to green. You can see we have a nice white to green gradient. And the last number is the opacity, so I'm just going to make this a little transparent here. And then right over here, I'm going to go over to the collector tab. You can see we have a year, the rarity, P for proxy, MTG, I assume it's in English. And here's the most important part. You need to put in the correct artist name. So I took this picture, I'm going to put in my name. Only put in your name if you own the art. Otherwise, you need to credit the correct artist here. So this is all done. I could download, but I want to show you the import feature. If we type in a card name or a partial card name, so I'll do just Miri Weatherlight, you can see here that every last detail is imported. The only problem is that the text is a little too big. So I'm just going to go over to the rules text and use my font size code. I like to start with font size -1 and then just adjust it until it looks right. And I think here -3 looks best, so we'll stick with that. So now the card looks complete. I'm going to go ahead and scroll down and download it. I hope this tutorial helped you out and that you can make some very cool cards in the future. Happy card conjuring!